Chat, I'm done. It's over, chat. We had the most brutal day today. Oh my gosh, today was a hot mess. Okay. Honestly, this shit's just fucking tiring, dude. Every single day I wake up, shitty price action for me. No fucking trades. It's either a break even or no trades, and then get hit with back-to-back L's here. Like, fuck, man. Can I just fucking win? Oh my gosh, I want to punch the shit out of something so bad right now, bro. Anyways, I don't even know if this shit's marked up right, but shit's only 30 seconds, so I'm just gonna use my this account to go through it. But I'm gonna do my analysis here first. So essentially today it was very bullish. Okay, I'll give my exact reasoning as to why, of course. Let me just start off at 9. So starting off on the 4 hour. Okay, we had so on NQ we had this untapped 4 hour, untapped hourly, which was also relatively equal lows. It was also Asia session. So lots of good things here. Really love this idea for a target. We had an untapped hourly, which is also London. So a bounce off here or even a bounce off here seemed great. We had this previous day high. We did take out liquidity here, but I figured this would be the final buy side target right there. So that's what I was really looking for. ES, we still have these highs above here, so seems we're in a bullish trend. We finally broke out of this range that we've been in for the past, I have no idea how long, damn near the entire month of February. But yeah, obviously looking for longs. You can see here, in versus hourly. So I was expecting, like I said, a retrace down here, maybe to this hourly in London, a continuations long to this previous day high, and then new week opening gap or new day opening gap. Or even better, sweep of these relatively equal lows, tap into the 4 hour and hourly, and get rejection from there. So here's the new week opening gap I was looking to get filled. ES did fill this completely. Not completely, but yeah, we were in there. NQ still had this gap here that I was really looking to get hit. Okay, just overall bullish on the higher time frame. Okay, this structure looks bullish here. All I was looking for was for buys. Okay, now at the time of market open, but we're pretty low, so like I said, I was bullish, but in this time period or this little time frame, right? What's the best word for this? At this point in time is what I should say. I'm actually bearish, okay? At least until we hit this hourly in London low. That's really what I'm looking forward to. Overall, NQ and ES look pretty correlated. Really like the structure here. And I'm bearish because I can expect a reaction from here or here, okay? But ideally, I really want to see this get hit, so I'm open to being bearish until we hit this low. And depending on how we react off this will determine if I'm still bearish or not. So market opens, we have a huge dump to the downside, taking out all this liquidity instantaneously. Okay, we have an SMT at this low here at Asia, which is also the 4 hour. No, that's not the 4 hour. We have a 4 hour all the way down here. Yeah, at this point in time, we did have an SMT there. ES hit London low. What else do we hit? Untapped hourly right there. Just a lot of low resistance we kind of took out. Well, we still had some more. Let me see from this. So we still had these lows here, but we took the majority of this low resistance out, and it didn't really matter to me. I saw this as an SMT, and I thought, I can definitely see a reaction off here. So just waiting for something long here. I thought we were gonna get a 30-second, but I did not want to take this since we still had this untapped 4 hour below. So I was waiting for that to get hit to then look for an entry. We did not give that much solid price action here, and then we had a nice down close candle. This was a beautiful long here. Let me remove this. So at this point in time, we do not have a 5 minute yet. This is yet to be formed. We do have this 5 minute all the way up here, but there's really nothing else. You have a very tiny 1 minute, but at the time of the 1 minute, I think we also had a 38 to 39. Let's see. 38.30. So when this closes, we got the 30-second. Yeah, so that's perfect. So this is essentially what the trade looked like, and I actually missed out on this, and I was going to be pissed off at myself if this hit without me. Luckily, it did get break even. It did hit for about just shy of 1-to-1, depending on where you had stop loss. Could have been a 1-to-1 here, but definitely not full TPing here. I really don't know what this is, like what target this is, but unless you're just aiming for 1-to-1 R, I could see that. But I'm really looking for at least this 5-minute tap. Like I said, main targets are new week opening or new day opening gap, and then we also have previous day high, and then this higher time frame high. So. And then another thing we can use to mark up here to look for targets is this is actually really perfect. The 5-minute lines perfectly with this the OTE from this range that we have here. So that looked perfect. Ended up getting break even here, and at that point in time we opened up a 5-minute. Okay, right there we have an untapped 5-minute. Same thing here on ES. Well, actually ES is a little bit different, and I believe here's where I made the mistake. Okay, so. I saw this get break even, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done for the day. Well, not for the day, but at least I'm not looking to trade here, okay? Maybe we can inverse this 5-minute or whatever. Because at the time, for some reason, I thought I had this mocked up as a 5-minute. So I had this mocked up as a 5-minute. Because I was expecting this 5-minute to open right here, and then we ended up coming up. And I thought we hit the 5-minute and then got a break even here. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait to see this 5-minute get inversed, then look for continuation long. And then I just noticed, like, wait a minute, this isn't the 5-minute. We went higher, and then this was actually the 5-minute right there. So as soon as I saw that, looked at the 30-second chart, I saw we get an inverse. I didn't really like this close. I don't even remember where I entered. I don't know if I entered here or here. It was all really, really fast, but I believe it was up here. Took that shit, and I was like, yeah, there's no way we don't hit at least break even. So even if... Let me actually check when that entry was. So that's 42. All I know is it's very, very close. So it's probably like somewhere up here, right? Very fucking close. This looks perfect, around a 1.5 R for just for OTE and this untapped 5-minute. Dude, this looked so fucking textbook to me, bro. We actually have the untapped 5-minute right above here, right? So even if this does fail, like if let's say we're bearish, like I'm very much anticipating price to at least tap this 5-minute, and I'll go break even here. And if we want to be bearish and continue lower, boom, we get break even and we continue bearish. Okay, I would have never expected this shit to just immediately fucking fail, bro. Never in a million years would I expect for this shit to happen. Now, if I pull back to the time of the entry, and I look at ES. We can see what ES is doing, okay? I was expecting this S&T to hold, wasn't paying too much attention, seeing that we are continuing to go lower. Maybe we want Asia low. If we check and see, Asia low definitely seemed like a possibility, so I should have 100% looked out for that. And I feel like that is the major factor that could have helped me avoid that trade. Because if it wasn't for ES, I feel like this would definitely be A+. I really like this idea. I mean, come on, bro. There's no way. And the fact that we just came so close to hitting that 5-minute, literally how many points away from that? 2 points away from just getting a break even today. Nah. Anyways, this was not an exact half size loss, a little bit over half size. So it wasn't full size loss, which I can be thankful for that. But I mean, fuck. A loss is a loss, bro. And then we get this next entry that happens around 9:45. Okay, exactly 9:45, right? Yep, it happens at 9:45. We get a very, very clean 30-second, and considering that this one failed, basically, I thought I liked this much more than the original one, mostly because, I mean, look, we reswept this internal low right here. We have a very nice, clean IFEG to the upside. We have this untapped 5-minute, and now we basically have equal highs, well, relatively equal highs above. So this is an even stronger target than before. I'm very, very confident this is going to hit. As soon as I enter, not even a wick to the upside, this shit just straight fucking dumps to stop loss. You cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this shit up, bro. See, was it right here? What is it, 9:45? Yep, right there. So, I mean, when you look at the 1-minute, you can definitely see, like, okay, there's definitely some issues here. You shouldn't look for a trade at all. I guess maybe I just got too caught up in the 1 minute time frame or in the 30-second time frame. But I mean, here it looks really A plus in my opinion. We also have a little internal dude, this was fucking okay. Okay. This I would say is much better than the previous trade that we just got, because looking back at this, ES ended up taking Asia low. Okay, so we already took Asia low. If we look at the structure here on ES, also by the way, just want to say in this video, like I haven't looked at the charts or analyzed this at all since I took the trade, which was way, in the morning. It's been hours since then. So I do want to just say that I'm kind of figuring out everything here. So just reviewing, seeing what I see, and I'm kind of just basically journaling throughout me doing this video. So it's not like I know everything I did wrong and right. As of right now, I'm still figuring that shit out right now. So I just want to say that. Yeah, yes, we have a nice rejection here off this Asia low. We have an untapped 5 minute above. And I mean, yeah, we have untapped 1 minute up here. Let's see if this ends up getting hit. There's really nothing else. Okay, yeah. This actually makes me feel a lot better about this loss, especially since, definitely my loss, the size of my loss was 100% reduced, but this just looks way too clean. I mean, come on, bro. You gotta be fucking kidding me. SMT there. And is this gonna load? I have a tiny pet peeve about shit not loading, even if it's very insignificant. Like, what the fuck? Why can't you just load? There we go. Let me see. I mean, this looks really good in my opinion. If you check the higher time frame, you can see, is there any like SMT? So we actually do have an SMT at that 4 hour. This 4 hour, wait, is that Wednesday, 10 a.m.? When was this for value? Yeah, Wednesday, 10 a.m. So we do have a SMT at the 4 hour. So not only do we have that little internal SMT, but we also have this external SMT. So it's from this high down here. This is Wednesday, 10:45 at exactly that time. And then if we go on ES here, Wednesday, 10:45, which is that 4 hour, we have an SMT there. This was fucking perfect. I was mad. Okay, so I was pretty upset. I mean, it's a loss. Who's not gonna be upset? But usually, if it's a good loss, I'm like, all right, it's whatever. But I was pretty just at this particular day. I was upset because it was 2 fucking losses back to back, and I was like, fuck, bro, why did I do that? Looking back at this is really A plus, in my opinion. I love this trade idea. I mean, I'm bullish. Everything aligns. Every single target I like got hit. We have an external SMT, internal SMT. Maybe the structure could be a bit better, but we have an amazing break-even point. These relatively equal highs / 5 minute. Like, dude, this is way too fucking perfect. I don't know how we didn't hit this. What else do I have to say about this? I mean, fuck, man. Just straight to stop loss. That's what ES did. We paid no mind at all to this right here. Let me actually check ES on, what is this, 10:45. Okay, this looks like a bunch of shit right now. Alright, let's see what happened here on the 30-second on ES. 10:40, 37. I mean, ES inverse this 30-second here. I really don't see why this failed. I don't see why. I mean, ES could have at least came up to that, that untapped 1 minute above that we had. We just completely disregarded it. So, yeah. How am I feeling about today's losses? Definitely not as bad. I feel much better. Tomorrow we better give a plus fucking setup, because I've been waiting for, a textbook model. I mean, I'm not saying we haven't gotten any wins. We definitely have, but it's just with setups I'm not particularly, experienced with taking. and I don't usually take them. It's with high, like, for instance, I don't even know. Did I do a recap on that yesterday? I don't know if I did or if this happened on Tuesday, but there was a 3 minute I was waiting for. It got edged completely. Just I don't know. I went blank about the 2 minute, and I missed out on a win there. Another win last week on Friday because I forgot whatever, but I don't fucking know. Just a bunch of bullshit. Just not having on my A game lately. Um, but yeah, I guess NQ just decided to resweep the slow, and so at this point in time, what I'm looking for here is alright, bet. SMT, we clearly did not give a shit about that. ES, what else could we have even ran lower towards? I mean, maybe the 4 hour, so I could see that getting hit. But, you know, if we get a long from here, I still am opening to take a long. And this was actually one of the perfect opportunities because we have... Okay, never mind. That was not it. Do we have we had a 30-second here. So we had another 30-second that presented itself, which... Once again, it fucking failed because why not? You know, 3 30-second longs failed back to back to back. Okay, actually, if you want to be a little more technical with it, we have 4 setups. We have this one that failed. We had this one that failed. We had this one that failed, and this one that failed. So obviously, market's a bunch of bullshit. Of course, I did not take this. I already took 2 L's. I was done for the day. But I was, you bet your ass, I was monitoring this because if this hit. After I just took 2 L's, I was going to be fucking done. So I'm actually glad this shit lost. But we gave another 1 minute model, which was right here. Was it right here? Dang, if it was, looking back at it, it was kind of ass. So we were obviously trending down to this untapped 4 hour. So after seeing, you know, 3, 4 setups fail up here, even after we hit Asia low, it's safe to say, okay, we're not looking for longs until we hit this 4 hour down here because it's obviously something that ES is trying to hit. I was gonna take this. I don't know if it was this one or another one. I'm just gonna save my words here and just wait and see if it was. Okay, it was this one. So it wasn't this one. This one was not that good, but we did have another one up here. This 1 minute is something I was very, very interested in taking. Okay, so ES did not take the 4 hour. We maintained the SMT. The only reason I'm really focused on this 4 hours, like I said, you know, we failed 4 complete 30-second setups, right? Already just failed trying to long, so it's obvious we're not bullish yet. So, but after seeing this, I mean, this is just a really, really, really clean 1 minute IFEG here. We almost had it. I was open to taking this like one last trade, and then we just edged this shit. And then end up dumping from there. Don't go any higher ever throughout the day. Let's see. ES ends up taking the 4 hour. Does give an entry model here, so let's see if ES plays out. Or there's a 2 minute that rejected, so never mind. Never mind that. But NQ, we had a 1 minute here and then 1 minute there. Was looking to take this 1 minute IFEG if we didn't tap this up here yet, but I mean, I was just pretty much done for the day. I was looking at potential setups, but I really wasn't in the mind of taking a trade because I took 2 losses. So that was some bullshit. But and then I was at this point in time, I thought this 1 minute would have held and we could have ran higher and inverse this hourly or 1 minute to the upside. But I don't know what the fuck NQ was doing. We were just holding this gap, and then we finally broke. And then at this point in time, I think I just got off. I don't remember. Had a huge dump to the sell side here. I mean, yeah, we hit equilibrium, we hit OTE. I mean, what else could you even want? Like, what the fuck is going on with NQ lately, bro? What is going on? I genuinely do not know. Maybe they could have been along here. This looks really nice if there was long. So we have a beautiful rejection here. Wow. Okay, I didn't see this because I was off the charts, but okay, we have an untapped 5 minute up here. We also have an untapped 15 minute. It was created after the 5 minute tap though. Very disgusting structure unless you look at like the 30-second. Let me see what we have going on here. So yeah, this 30-second was fucking beautiful. I think Dodgy took this. I think I saw him post this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he took this. We had like equal highs or some shit up here. That's on the MNQ chart, so you probably can't see, but where were the equal highs? I could have sworn he took a trade off equal highs. I don't know if I'm tripping or what, but Yeah, that was a nice reversal there. Obviously on the 1 minute, the shit looks ass. We give a 1 minute right here, failed. Um, but for me, this is not my style of trading. I don't like trading usually like later in the kill zone, especially after multiple setups have failed. So I would have never in a million years have taken this. We give a 30-second right here, fails. Okay, we give a 30-second. Well, we don't give a 30-second here, but we edge 30 seconds. We're respecting these 30 seconds, and then we finally get an inverse here. And I don't know, we do have some low resistance there to take out or to go break even in. Yeah, I really don't see this. It's just to me, I'm not saying it is a pattern trade, of course. It makes sense, but I don't know. Just considering how the day went, I would not consider taking this at all in a million years. But I mean, dude, fuck, bro. Today was just ass. We didn't give any continuation, no retracement whatsoever. Like, not until we dumped all the way down here, we finally want to retrace. But dude, like, what the fuck, bro? The thing I'm most tripped out about too is like looking back at these losses. I'm actually very. I should have done this video a long time ago because I was kind of like not stressing, but I was just thinking about like, fuck, bro, 2 losses today. What went wrong? I was just fiending to know what went wrong, and of course now that I'm making this video, I can see with a clear head everything that happened and shit. But looking back at this, like, bro, this 30-second here was valid. Okay, it was pretty valid to me. Would have been break even. I feel like these setups were much better than this 30-second though, strictly because we actually have a fully, generated 5 minute above. So that first 30-second that presented itself after this one got break even. That was pretty good. I don't know if I would say A plus, but it was definitely really good. I love the idea that we had a 5 minute above, and the one shortly after was even better because, excuse me for a moment. At that point in time, let's see, 36. So what were let me check the time frames that we had. Let me bring this shit back real quick. So time frames that we had where the IFEGs took place. This one was somewhere around here, 41. Let me just be sure. And I'm gonna end this video. No need to make it too long, so this one was, yeah, around 41, 42. 41, 42, so like right here. Let's see where ES was. So yeah, ES was still going lower, seeking out this Asia. So I can see why this would fail. That's why I wouldn't consider it A plus, because ES is trending lower. Literally, I'm telling you, the absolute only reason why I took this was because we had the 5 minute above. And not only that, we came very, very close to tapping it. We came very close. Could have just been a break even, but then the second entry, right around here at 9:44, we can clearly see at ES 9:44, we already hit the hourly. We have an SMT at the 4 hour. Everything that's, every single target that I had marked out has been hit perfectly. There's nothing else I'm looking for. We have a double SMT here on the higher time frame and lower time frame, and we have the most cleanest 30-second IFEG you could ask for. Very clear displacement, a great nice big 30-second right there. We have unfilled 5 minute above, relatively equal highs. What else could you ask for? I mean, that's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate as it gets. So I think that's gonna be it for this trade recap. To go over how I feel about this real quick. Like I said, was just really bullish. I'm not even mad. I don't regret being bullish, okay? It just looked so bullish to me today. We just broke out of this disgusting range we've been in for the past 2 weeks. We edged new week opening gap here. I was really looking forward to that getting hit. We have previous day high, this higher time frame, market maker buy model, final target up there. I mean, we hit all the sell side levels that looked attractive, We hit everything, like the exact scenario I wanted to happen, okay? Maybe the entry, the price action could have definitely been better. I'm not a big fan of taking 30 seconds unless it's like continuation models. So a 1 minute IFEG here, somewhere around here, would have been much, much more preferred. That's the only negative thing I can say about this, is just the price action structure here. But on the 30-second, it looks really clean. I can't, say anything about that. But I mean, shit. Yeah, I pretty much already said everything. There's nothing else to really cover on the analysis wise. But how do I feel right now? Well, was kind of pissed today just thinking about it, but these are good L's, solid L's, and the fact that I was able to de-risk on both, um, and just know that these aren't the ideal. Not that they weren't ideal scenarios, because I really, everything aligned perfectly for me. Just the price actually just was not aligning for me. So glad I can, that's one thing I can take out of this, be grateful for. Yeah, I'm not at all, after looking back at these, not at all mad at the price or the trades I took today. Perfectly reasonable. Um, that first one, a bit meh, but that second one, cannot be mad at myself for taking that. So, yep, that's going to be it for this recap. And, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. And, fuck, bro, I got to make 2-week recap videos this week because I forgot to make one last week. So, I'll probably get that done tomorrow. But I'm going to dip, probably go eat a bowl of Captain Crunch and then go to sleep. So, that's going to be it. Peace.